Hey everybody, good evening. This is Chintwa, your happiness specialist, coming to you live from New York. Succeed with Chintwa, Alozie.com, helping you redesign your life to fulfill its divine purpose. Welcome to another episode of our coffee shop chat. Today I'm doing my video from inside the house. Go figure, right? So welcome. What is up? Happy Monday. There's a lot going on today. We have a lot of things going on this evening. Uh, uh, what do you have going on? What do you have going on in your life? Hopefully, Monday saw you in good health and you accomplished everything that you wanted to accomplish today. So I wanted to share this quick video with you. Two important things. That I want to mention in this video. Maybe you've heard them before, maybe not, I don't know. So if you, when you come on, let me know where you are living from. I will give you a shout out. I'm doing this from my fan page as opposed to my personal profile. So if you have not been following me, just tap the, what is it again? Follow button, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. To get the notification by Facebook that I'm doing a live stream. All right, so this video is titled "The Two Main Reasons Why People Share Their Stories." The two main reasons why people share their stories and why you should begin sharing your story if you have not been sharing your story. If your followers don't know anything about you, if people that you're connected with don't know anything about you, maybe they know a little bit, but they don't know your full story. They don't know where you're coming from. They don't know what you're about. It's quite possible that people don't really know what you do. I heard a friend of mine talking about Michelle, my good friend. She met a high school friend of hers, for, I believe it was for lunch. And her friend, Michelle, of course, she's a stay-at-home mom, a mompreneur. And her friend actually is a full-time employed person. She works for a corporation. And they were they were talking about what they did. And she mentioned how her friend just didn't have a clue what she did. So it takes a little explaining to, your friends who may not be a part of, network marketing or online marketing or affiliate marketing. So sometimes it's tough explaining to people, what you do, online to generate income. So that becomes part of your story. So the other reason I wanted to share this video on this topic was another friend of mine, Shar. She had an amazing personal story that she shared earlier. Okay, I don't know what happened there. As a matter of fact, sometimes when your friends, people that you're connected with, when they, do certain updates, when they share certain things, you kind of wonder why they share what they share. A lot of that reason comes from their story, where they're coming from, how far they've come from to be the person that you're seeing, the finished product, either from a rough beginning or a rough and tumble beginning to this refined, well-spoken, inspirational person that you're currently seeing, right? So you don't know what happened in the past. So you don't know their story until they tell their story. Hey, Gail, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Yes, today we're talking about the two main reasons why people, share their stories and why you should also share your story. And one of the main reasons why people actually don't tell their story is because we kind of have an internal conversation saying to ourselves, what if people don't, receive my story? What if people are more critical than receptive of my story? Here's what I would say. Don't sweat that. Don't worry about that. The people that will receive your story will embrace who you are or who you have been and who you are right now. The people that will not resonate or that your story will not resonate with, your story is not for them. Understand? So just to throw that out there, just in case you're wondering, whether I should share my story or not. Here's the other thing that I want to add to that before I go into the main course of this video, is that if there's something that's maybe way too personal, way too embarrassing in your opinion, you don't have to share all the intimate details, but share enough about you that will inspire people, that will encourage people. All right, so let's dive right into it. What's the first main reason why people, share their stories? You've heard that saying that pictures tell, stories sell. There's a reason why that is, and that is so true, because you might draw a picture for someone. Okay, they'll look at it and say, "Oh, okay, that's a great picture." But when you tell a story behind that picture, it makes more sense. People will have a connection with that picture and you. In this case, just your story. All right. So the first reason why people share their stories is to be an inspiration or an example. All right. To be an inspiration or an example. All right. So when you share your story, right? When you share your story, no matter how intimate, no matter how embarrassing that you might think it is, chances are someone listening to that story has gone through the same steps that you are, right? Someone's out there somewhere, someplace, has lived through, maybe not the exact same way, but something similar to your story. But because you're sharing your story now, it encourages them, it inspires them to come out also and say, hey, you know what? This person just told my story. This person just shared what I've been struggling to share all this time. This person just shared and told a story about their life, which is similar to mine. All right. You just inspired someone else. You just encouraged someone else to be, more courageous, to become more vulnerable. Because when people see that, hey, you're not this, rough and tough, person all the time, that there's a softer side to you. There's a story behind who you are right now, who you have become. It encourages and inspires other people to come out and share their story. And I can honestly tell you, when my friend Char was she asked me, hey, I've been dying to share my story. Do you think I should? I said, absolutely. Share what you've lived through, because chances are that you will inspire other people. And I was blown away by her story. All right. And I told her, I said, listen, your story will inspire and encourage a whole bunch of people. The people that will either judge or criticize, your story is not for them. And those are not the people that you're telling your story. You're telling your story to those people that need a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of oomph, a little bit of wind beneath their wings to carry them up from where they are currently. All right. Thank you for the engagement. Thank you for the hearts. Hey, Jen, good to see you. Welcome. Who else just joined us? Vivian, good to see you. Long time. So are you guys getting value so far? The first main reason why people tell their story, and why you should also, to be an inspiration or an example. All right. Because a lot of people are afraid to share their story because of either criticism or afraid of what people might think, or afraid of maybe people judging them. But here's what I said. When you tell your story, when you share the most intimate part of you, it makes you more human. It gives you a cleansing. It shows people a different side of you, a side of you that they've never known, they will have otherwise not known had you not shared your story. All right. So if you got value so far, just drop hashtag value or say continue if you want me to continue and share the second reason. All right. So the second reason is this. Ready for it? The second reason why people share their story, right? And why you should also begin telling and sharing your story is to be a warning to other people, a warning of what not to do, a warning of how, hey, if you did this, this is what you're going to get. Or if you did that, this is what you're going to get. When you tell your story of, when you're warning people what not to do in their own personal life, in their business, and in their story, or whatever experience that they are going through. It is a warning. Okay, you're giving them a warning, because sometimes in life we don't have those teaching moments, or when we have those teaching moments, we don't recognize them. We don't see that something that happened to us is a warning, right? So when you tell your story as a warning to other people who might be contemplating on making the same mistakes that you made and learn from, they will avoid that, right? So number one reason is to be an inspiration and an example of what people should do, of what people should aspire to. The second one is to be a warning of what people should stay away from, so they don't make the mistake that you have made. And of course, we learn from our mistakes. So even if you make a mistake, someone makes a mistake, there's a whole lot of chance, or a whole lot of time to correct and not repeat that mistake. All right. So I wanted to share that, and hopefully this inspired you. Hopefully it gave you an example. Hopefully it gave you a warning of what not to do. So now you know why you should share your story. Why, no matter how vulnerable it makes you, it also makes you more human in the eyes of people that look up to you, in the eyes of people that are watching you. Because there are a ton of people that may be watching you right now that you don't think are watching, because they're not saying anything, because they're not reacting, they're not active on your profile or your fan page or whatever. But someone is always watching. I'm sure you've heard that before. Someone is always watching, even if they're not saying anything. And I know there are more people that will see this video, because you know why? After this, when I share this the video on my profile, more people that are present right now will see it, and they will get to know, hey, if someone will see it and say, hey, you know what, I've been waiting, I've been so hesitant to share my story, I've been hesitant to tell my story. Now I have a reason. Now I have two reasons why I need to share my story, so people can connect with me more, so people can connect with the more human side of me, so people will know how far I've traveled to be where I am and where I am heading. All right? So when you tell your story of what happened in the past, it doesn't mean that you're, living in the past. It's just a way to bounce off of where you've been, to share with people what happened to you, how you went through that, how you got through it, and the direction that your vision is taking you. All right? Hopefully you got something from this. If you did, I'd like you to share the video, because you never know who you will inspire by doing that. So I appreciate you guys. Like I said earlier, if you if you just happen to be hopping along, scrolling through Facebook and you saw my face, and that's the first time, hey, get connected with me, send me a friend request or what have you. And if you have any questions whatsoever on this topic or any other topic that may be, baffling you, or you may be thinking about, you don't know, which way to go, feel free to drop me a comment in the comment stream or send me a private message. I'll be more than happy to respond to you. All right. So I appreciate you being here. Remember that everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. So be kind always. As always, always be loving, be loved. God bless you. Hey, who just popped in? Hey, Char, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you. Hey, guess what? Thank you for the reactions. Thank you for the hearts. I just shared your story, not what you talked about, but the fact that you were brave enough to actually share your story, right? Because by doing that, you inspired a whole bunch of people. You made more people courageous to actually come out and share an intimate part of them, a part of them that no one knew about, a part of them that is about, that has become about what, a part of what they do right now and where they're going. All right. I shared the fact that when you do that, just like you did earlier, that people relate more to you. All right. People tend to come out of their shells and say, hey, if Charles shared her story, if Chin shared his story, why not me? I can come out and not be afraid of criticism and not be afraid of what people think about me and not be afraid of who likes me or who doesn't like me, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. What matters is that you helped someone overcome whatever, right? So thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. We don't need that. We don't need a phone ringing. So I'm almost done. All right. Appreciate you. If you have any questions whatsoever on this topic or any other topic, feel free to ask me. Earlier, we were, bouncing ideas around in our group, Lifetime Freedom Tribe group. And I think it was Keisha that said, hey, I just ran traffic and I got XYZ return on the clicks. And I shared the same because I just ran traffic for my current business, and the result was actually quite good. The ratio, the rate of return on the number of clicks that I paid for was actually very impressive. So if you want to know what that is, if you want to know what I'm doing or how to drive traffic to what you're currently doing, because I know that's the biggest challenge for most people, regardless of what kind of business that they're doing right now, affiliate marketing, network marketing, it really doesn't matter. Without eyes on your business, without foot traffic, without people looking at what you're doing, it's not going anywhere, right? There's actually a very simple, almost hands-free way of generating traffic without you learning a whole bunch of skills, all right? You just, put in your information and, someone will run your traffic for you, and you have people to talk to. You'll have people to send your emails and offers to. All right. If you want to know what it is that I'm doing, and how you can also do the same thing. All right. We call it a digital franchise. Char, you're familiar with it. If you're watching this video and you don't know what in the world I'm talking about or anything that I just said, feel free to ask me. I'll be more than happy to share it with you. All right. So I appreciate you being here. Go ahead and share the video if you got value from it. If you just caught on, if you just came on, go ahead and replay. Also, if you're seeing it as a replay, do let me know that you are here by dropping a hashtag replay. All right, I will respond to your comments. All right, I appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. Until the next live, this is Chinchwa, your happiness specialist. Take care. Bye for now.